Hey, Libra, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your November 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Libra, you are on your last leg of letting something go, fully accepting or fully healing or recovering from a financial, health, or relationship issue that brought you to your knees. For some of you, it was a really difficult or challenging time, and I feel like you are expanding. You are showing up, and I feel like you're being seen in more ways than one. I feel like you're taking up space, and that is a good thing. It's okay for you to take up space instead of holding yourself back. You may have even felt recently very introverted, maybe even spending a lot of time, on your own or, within the confinements of your home. And I see now that you're putting yourself out into the world in some way. You cannot make that up. As I'm saying, putting yourself out into the world, guess what shot out? The world. And one of your key themes is wanderlust. So you could quite literally be traveling. Okay, I see the sun at the bottom of the deck. Some of you may be planning global, world, or international travel here. This is the end of a major journey, and that's exactly what I was picking up on here. An end of a journey in order to start something fresh, start something new. And I see that a lot of you Librans have been working immensely on your belief system. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Oh, wow. I see trees of green, red roses too. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I'm getting that song. I believe that's by, is that Louis Armstrong? Okay, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. So there's something quite profound when it comes to your life in the month of November. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, Libra, is the ultimate blessing. 10 of Cups is happiness, community, togetherness. You may be manifesting a new tribe, a new family, a new partnership. This can even be letting go of childhood conditioning, wounds, and fully feeling at peace, right? What a wonderful world. And maybe you're spending more time in nature, right? The trees that are green, the red roses. Oh, I'm loving this. I feel like this is going to be a very deep reading here. And Scorpio is deep. Check out your sun, we have a tarot card, your sun, your moon, and your rising for the monthlies. They're really intense, and you can get a lot of insight from looking at the other placements in your chart. But we have a tarot card that snuck into your career sector. So let's look. 9 of Wands. Maybe some of you've had to play defense, right? You've been on the defensive team of things in your career. And I feel like you are accomplishing something really big within your career sector. Now we're going to look at health, we'll look at abundance, finances, money, love. We'll look at it all here in your monthly reading. We're just getting all the cards out. Now you do have mending showing up at the bottom of the deck. So Libra, things are coming together for you after some major shifts. Some of you may have dealt with a karmic cycle, a karmic relationship. You may even have had some sort of surgery or even psychic surgery. This could be healing while you sleep. You may have been asking your guides for insight. Ooh, you have the Pilgrim archetype. This is interesting. I'm not sure if I've received that one yet. So let's dive in here, Libra. First off, you have belief system. Now, a lot of signs have been getting the shadow work card or the belief system card. And this talks of you reprogramming. doing a lot of work, and I see you have been doing a lot of work. You have mending at the bottom of the deck, followed by soul lessons. And I just talked about karma, right? There's inner growth. There's situations that you've gone through that have been karmic, that have been lessons for you to learn, evolve, grow from, so you don't have to repeat them. And I feel like a lot of you have gone through it so you can help teach others as well. And that's part of this belief. This is part of you connecting to your higher power. It's about you being able to reprogram the conditioning that has caused insecurities, that has caused delays, or even caused you to sabotage, right? Sabotage your own happiness. And that's why the Ten of Cups is showing up here at the bottom of the deck, because this is happiness. And maybe you came from a bit of a broken background. Perhaps you came from a dysfunctional family unit, family of origin. A lot of you have been healing ancestral trauma. And I feel like you're finally freeing yourself, because the world, it almost feels, for some of you, this could be a year, because sometimes that world could be over the last year, maybe even, last October, last November could have been significant. But sometimes this can also be the end of a very long, journey that you have gone through. And I see that there's been some sort of prolonging. There's been a delayed sense of this blessing for you. And I feel like that's about to shift, because what I see coming in for you, Libra, is this ultimate blessing. You may not quite see it yet, but I know you can feel it. You have been feeling this shift for quite some time, but you also know that you had to go through an unlearning process, a reawakening process. Now, you also have wanderlust here. Some of you may have been doing a lot of traveling. This can be, going on hiking adventures or getting out in nature. It could be traveling in the car, a weekend getaway. Photography could be significant here. Mapping things out, mapping out your future, your next steps. There is a big accomplishment coming in, possibly even a big blessing that you've wanted to manifest for a long time now. And I feel like your Gypsy soul is calling, Libra. This is my Sagittarian energy. So some of you could even be planning travel for the end of the year, or you could be planning now for travel in 2025. This is vacationing, tourism, backpacking, and it's new expeditions. And I feel for some of you here, there is an exciting new adventure coming in with this Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a traveler. And I feel like you could be taking a spontaneous trip. You could be receiving a lot of downloads. You could be reaching people on a global level. You could be meeting people from all walks of life. So this is expansion and coming out of the cave in a sense. If you felt a little bit, introverted, like I mentioned, I feel like timing has played out here for you with the Temperance, but you're letting go of doing things in the old ways. You're letting go of old thought processes. You're letting go of the ways that you have handled situations or even emotions. The way you respond to life is different than it was in the past. And this liberates you, Libra. This is goodbyes. It's growth, it's closure, it's life lessons, and it's ascension. Again, it does coincide with the World card. And bottom of the deck, things are starting to come together after a period where it felt like everything broke down, right? It felt like Humpty Dumpty come crashing down, and it took you a while to put all those pieces together. Because as you were putting those pieces together, you were actually able to dive into some of the cracks, and you were able to kind of pinpoint some of those shadows, some of those fears that were deep within. And now you've put something back together in your life, and it's even more magical because of all of the cracks, all of the flaws, all of the highs and the lows and the ups and the downs. And I feel like you're repairing. You may have even gone to therapy. Some of you may have a coach, a mentor, a spiritual guru. This could be a healer or a psychic. I found that a lot of astrological signs this month have been, and it's no surprise, Scorpio is about mystical, mystic spirituality, but I found that a lot of signs have been connecting to someone, possibly on this earthly plane as well as spiritual. But there is a sense of guidance here. And I'm getting this for you as well, Libra. There's someone, whether a coach, a guru, a spiritual advisor, a healer, maybe it's a friend, but I feel like this is someone who's helped you get through some hard times. And I feel like you are returning the favor. May not be for that person, but you're returning the favor by now helping others in some way. Because as I always say, when you know better, you do better. When you've learned a lesson, you're able to teach others. And I see here that you have done a great job. Now, diving into the tarot, excuse me, let's look at health here first. Now, of course, please see a medical professional if need be. Now, some of you with the World card, when it comes to health, there may have been a little bit of nostalgia or melancholy around aging, around getting older, right? This is a very mature energy, the World, and there could even be wrinkles or, the body doesn't look the way that it did. But I feel like you are embracing yourself. You're embracing, instead of being very uptight or being very, very much denying or resisting the maturing process, I feel like you're embracing it. Some of you could be, letting your hair go gray, or, maybe you have done some sort of cosmetic procedure, or you are working out. Some of you may even be in the best shape of your life. Maybe you're more in shape now than you were as, a younger Libra. I also see for some of you with the World, this also talks about stress from governing agencies. Now, it's no surprise, no secret that November is a huge month globally, but especially in the United States. So there could be some stress that is going on around, politics and media and the world at large. Try not to get sucked into that vortex, right? Try not to get sucked into it. There's going to be burdens and stress, from carrying the world's problems on your shoulders at times. But that's where a lot of you are light workers, and you could be feeling the impact of others. So be mindful of finding balance, finding your own center. As you can see that on this World card, she is centered there. Try to find your own center and balance, Libra, with the Temperance when it comes to your health, and try not to take on the weight of the world and avoid other people's stuff. As I say, not your monkeys, not your circus, but you can still uplift and you can still, heal and help others in a profound way without getting sucked into that energy. Now, because we have the Temperance here as well, the Temperance can rule anything, hot, fast, and intense, such as, fevers, fever blisters, burns. It can be, anger emotions, which could lie in the liver, kidneys, things of that nature. I'm also getting for some of you, if you are traveling, be mindful, because sometimes Temperance can be, exotic places or going to foreign lands where there could be viruses or things in, foreign places, like drinking the water, things like that. So just be mindful. Temperance also can be, old sports injuries, problems with the hips, the sacrum, the sciatic nerve, thighs. So those are all things to be aware or mindful of as you roll into November. I do see something coming in quick, but going out just as quick. So if there is a sudden onset with the Temperance, such as, something intense or real hot, like a fever, I am getting fever blisters as well. So maybe like cold sores. This can be certain viruses as well that come in. And I feel like the World, it almost feels like you've built up some sort of immunity, or you are, protecting yourself here with the World. So that is what I see for mending or health issues. Now, we start off with the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords can be a lot going on, swift action. And I feel like it is important for you to have courage and say what you mean what you say. Be precise, basically. You don't want to act impulsively and then regret it. Double check the information that you're putting out there. Try to slow down, be mindful, breathe, Libra, because the Knight of Swords, yes, it's swift action, but it's with precision. And I do feel here you're getting a job done well, but it's also not taking you 10 days to do something that should just take a day. So perhaps time management could be significant this month for you as well. Try not to get overwhelmed by any tasks or duties at large. The Knight of Swords, he's confident within his communication and he charges ahead with intellect. He charges ahead. So this means that if you know what you're talking about, speak up. Or if you have something to say, speak up. But also don't be afraid to look into the facts. Some of you get a second opinion. And this has come up for a couple of other signs as well, Libra. Get a second opinion, whether this is medical, whether this is in any area. It could be a car, getting work done on your car. You may want to get another opinion instead of just rushing into and saying yes to the first offer. Could land you in a little bit of hot water, hence the hot energy coming in with the Temperance, okay? And I feel like it's important for you to take care of it instead, do it right the first time is kind of what I'm getting here, Libra. Now, we do have a turning point when it comes to emotions. You have the Four of Cups in reverse, which is good because some of you were focused on boredom, or maybe not focused per se, but there wasn't tons that you felt inspired about. There was a little bit of lack of motivation, maybe even a low grade or high functioning depression. Those are things, look them up. High functioning depression. When we hear that word depression, we think of someone who's melancholy, they're laying in bed, they don't want to talk to anybody, but high functioning depression, I have found that a lot of people suffer from. You can be the person that's the rock, right? You could be the CEO of a company and get out of bed and you're doing things. You're taking care of the family. You're taking care of your career, but at the same time, your emotions feel very numb. And I do see here with this Four of Cups, there's a turning point, and that's what you could be releasing is some of the old beliefs, some of the old ways of programming that have kept you feeling like you were coasting. And this could even be connecting to a higher power, reaching out, connecting to friends, family, therapists, coaches, mentors. So Four of Cups here can also be about impatience. And I do see a little bit of stubbornness, a little bit of impatience with the Temperance in reverse, because some of you may want to just wrap it up. You're like, I just want to wrap it up. This is the deadline. Try not to, again, be impulsive, because there could be some errors within impulsivity, or you'll have to go back and repeat it. And it's going to take more time than if you were to, again, do it right the first time or put the effort or work that needs to be done into it. So example, if you are putting out a resume, or if you are, putting out a newsletter, whatever it may be, just make sure you're not rushing through something just to get it out there, because you could miss out on that opportunity because someone may reject it, because the energy that you put into it is the energy that is going to be received. And if someone receives that energy and they're like, Libra isn't that serious, or Libra isn't going to be the best candidate, or Libra isn't serious about love, they just kind of want to get to the finish line, or they want to complete something up, again, that could come back and backfire. So time management is important. The Temperance card is allowing yourself that buffer, allowing yourself, Libra, a little bit of time to moderate, right? Give yourself a little tender loving care. This is patience and That's one thing that the Four of Cups does not love is patience. They're already bored. They're already feeling like patience isn't on their side. So if you're telling them to be patient again, they could kind of flare up. They could throw a little bit of a fit. This could be someone that you're dealing with as well. Maybe you're dealing with someone around you who is very impulsive, and perhaps you have changed your mind on how you feel about this person, this company, this job, this relationship. Now I see that some of you're connecting maybe with a Sagittarius here. This could also be a Capricorn. I am feeling, we're rolling into Sagittarian season at the end of the month, and then Capricorn. So this could even be like a 2-month process here that rolls out into the world. Okay. So if you are wanting to launch a website, try to make sure that it's completed, or try to make sure that you have the major points instead of just launching it. And then people go there and they say, well, this is incomplete, or I'm not attracted to this energy. It's not completely calling me in. You could miss out on a potential client or a buyer. I hope that's making sense here for you, Libra. And also, if this is travel, there's something here about maybe travel insurance, or, reading the fine print. Yeah, try not to rush this month is a big message that I'm getting for you. Slow things down. Pray, meditate, connect, do your breath work, get out in nature, find your center. Make sure that you're eating mindfully with the Temperance card here. And if things around you seem like they're going haywire, because we did get that energy a little bit with that Temperance, right? It can be with the world, things going on in the world that cause us stress. I feel like it's important for you to regroup. And we have the sun and the moon here, which is interesting. So we're going to see polarities. We're going to see duality showing up, and there's going to be a separation. Try not to get lost in the separation piece, the division, basically. And a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Globally, worldwide, we are facing, a huge dividing point, and November is going to be a big peak of it. And I do feel here that you are being guided to be the light, not succumb to the shadow, but embrace it, as in understand it, meet it, look at it, but try to find the balance between the light and the dark. All right. We also have here Queen of Cups. You are highly, highly intuitive. A lot of you are healers. You are light workers. You're psychics. You're in the caring profession. You may even be a tarot reader or a Reiki practitioner, a nurse. You may be a massage therapist. Whatever it is that you do, even if it's not specifically in the healing arts, you put a lot of love and care into your work, into your craft. So you may even be a mother or a parent or someone who is a nurturer. But this Queen of Cups fosters genuine connections. And if you want genuine connections, you don't want to do something halfway, right? You don't want to just, put in a little bit of effort and energy and call it good. If you want there to be reciprocation, I feel like it's important that you invest and be mindful of what you are investing into. She's a lover. She's compassionate. She's extremely, extremely intuitive. But when she is feeling the shadow, when she is getting lost a little bit in that duality, which Libra, you're all about balance, right? When you get lost in that, sometimes you can take things too personally. Sometimes we can be, I'm a Libra as well, right? It can bring about drama, or it can be a self-centered energy or a people-pleasing energy. So try not to get lost. Try to find that balance here. And again, don't take things personally. Focus on filling your own cup when you get lost a bit in that balance phase. And then lastly, I love to see this, the Knight of Wands. There's the Sagittarian vibe coming out. So towards the end of the month, things start to feel, a lot more exciting for you with this Knight of Wands. This is enthusiasm, and it's fun, and it's adventurous, and it's spontaneity, right? And this is about taking big, bold action towards your curiosities. And it's important, again, that you're not impulsive, but you stay open to your curiosities and stay consistent with this Knight of Wands. Because what I see you doing, Libra, is you're refueling some sort of flame, a flame that may have went out in your emotions with that Four of Cups. There's a resparking showing up. And I feel like you're ready to explore. You're ready to get out of your comfort zone. You're ready to see the world through new eyes, through a new lens here in some way. So this is quite profound. Let's look at your career, your money, your finances, your abundance. What do we have for Libra? We have the Watch card. It's time to profit, Libra. Divine timing has been at play. And because we have that Temperance card, it feels like things have maybe been a little bit imbalanced. You may have gone through a lot of highs and lows financially. But this is a time to possibly seize the moment, or towards the end of the month specifically. There may have been a temporary delay. Some of you could have been laid off. Some of you are in search of a new opportunity here with the world. And I do see here by the end of the year, you will have landed that new opportunity. Okay, this is something you're working for. So keep up that progression. Stay consistent towards your dreams. But I do feel here that you're profiting. Divine timing is at play here for you, because we got that bonus tarot card, the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a renewed sense of determination, right? Reigniting that bravery within and overcoming external hurdles. And some of you have had to jump some hoops here. You may even have some odd jobs or multiple streams of income. A second job, maybe adding a job. Freedom could be more important to you. Freedom could be more important than, it says more important than financial security. Now, I feel like you being a Libra, you're wanting to balance both. You're wanting to have that financial security, but you're also wanting freedom. And you're finding ways now to balance that out. Say, is this sustainable, or how can I continue generating income, maybe passive income, multiple streams, to withhold the type of lifestyle that you want, and to maybe even be able to work from anywhere in the world, or work remotely, maybe work, from your home. And I see that you're really putting your thinking mask, or in this case, it looks like the Joker there, which also can be the Fool energy, right? Which is a new beginning. So a lot of you are looking at ways to generate income that's going to sustain you for the life that you want. You could be an author. Some of you may be a teacher. You may be writing books. There could be contracts coming in, maybe even law, right? Taking a class, education, law. You may be a lawyer, Libra, or someone who is an investigator of some sort. You may be investigating things. You may be, really utilizing that brilliant mind of yours and doing some research, doing some deep research, maybe even taking some classes, or investing in oneself, self-investment, learning a new skill, putting your training to good use. And I see that you're being practical, but you're also allowing your intuition to really shine and really open up. And a lot of you are turning the chapter here, and maybe even starting a whole new book with this world entering into that Fool energy. You could be moving. A lot of you. Some of you are retiring. Okay, the world can be retirement or partial retirement. For others of you, you could be changing out of one career and into another. You could be writing a book about your experiences. And you could be learning some new skills that you will take into the next chapter of your finances, your career. We have the Transporter card. And this is interesting here because there's a lot of travel. There's a lot of action that you are considering, that you're about to really embark upon this brand new journey, but you still have some loose ends to tie up here, Libra. And it said this card is a good indicator that things will start moving for you rather quickly. And it's interesting to note, for one, there's a bus here, and buses can be public transit or public transportation. And it has to do with other people. So it can be helping other people in some way. It can be connecting with other like minds. And you also have the green light showing up. It's not a red light anymore. And some of you may have hit that red light and it felt like you were sitting at that red light forever. And now you have the green light. You may even have a career in transportation or traveling. This could be shipping. You also may be transporting goods or services all over the world, or maybe that's part of your job role or job description. And it says you could travel for work. Perhaps you need to take action on some financial matters. And maybe that is connecting to other people in the same, either same profession, or it could be connecting to other partnerships that that complement the areas that you lack, so you can learn. Okay, so you can learn. And then lastly here, we do have a new soul contract or business contract coming in. This is you sealing the deal. And I feel towards the end of the month, there is something you are sealing, and it feels quite good. It feels quite liberating. It feels like all your hard work is paying off here, Libra. And this could be a gift of money. It could be a new business contract, a document. Some of you, it has to do with that book that we see over here, or some sort of training, education, exams, administrative work. And I feel like this is something that you're going to have fun with, and it could very much be long term with the world. Okay, this could be something that you seal the deal, and you start to do this, you start to implement this into your life the rest of your time here on Earth. All right, let's look at, I'm also getting a reminder to have fun with your work. For those of you that have been sitting in the Four of Cups, you haven't been inspired, you haven't been feeling very, very good. Change up the scenery, change up the environment. This could be shifting your office around, adding a plant, adding some crystals, adding a photograph. It can be, working outside, going for a walk on your lunch break, whatever you need to do to shift the environment, shift the atmosphere around you is going to be beneficial, because some of you, something has become a little bit stagnant, and we want to enter into this new phase, this new cycle entirely. And I see here that, by doing so, by switching things up a little bit, and you can even do this like putting on the opposite shoe that you normally put on, right? You can start to brush your teeth with the opposite hand that you normally don't use. So sitting at a different area than the chair that you sit in normally, right? When you eat dinner. I feel like it's important to shake up the environment here, because that's also going to open you up to trying new things, and it's going to signal to the universe that you're open, you're ready, and then you're going to see bigger things show up in your life, Libra. All right, let's look at love. Oh, Libra, someone is thinking about you. Could be someone from the past. All right, let's dive in here. Karmic relationship. This is what a lot of you are letting go of, is the karma that you had to endure with someone. Okay, there's a letting go process that you've had to heal and mend. And I feel like there's acceptance. There's something that you've worked a long time on letting go of, but I feel like you're graduating this journey. There's a sense of completion, a sense of freedom, a sense of victory. And the world, again, the world, there's something about the world is your oyster. What a wonderful world, right? So you could even see signs and symbols that show up with the actual word world. So maybe it shows up in a song. Maybe you see the world on a billboard or on, someone's shirt. So pay attention to that word, because that could trigger something back into this reading. And so I would save this reading as well and come back towards the end of the month and see how it's played out for you. But this is all about resentments and triggers. It's about perception, intense emotions and feelings at times. There may have even been a lot of tumultuous energy. Some of you wanted to flee from it, and you may have actually closed the door and then came back to revisit some of the lessons, is what I see. And now you have learned what you've needed to learn. And I feel like you're wrapping this up. This could be a family member. This could be a lover, a romantic situation. It could be a boss or a friend. We have many different relationships here on earth that teach us what we need to learn in order to grow and advance and move forward in our lives. All right, you have the healing heart. Some of you are healing heartbreak, right? That's part of this. But I feel for a lot of you, that's what you're letting go of. That's what you are really releasing at this time. You may have even fell into a toxic or addictive or even an abusive trap. And I feel like that's something you're letting go of as well. This may have even been the road that you were on with someone in the past. And it's almost as if you're coming out of this, maybe you're at that crossroads now where you're contemplating, going in a new direction. I feel if you continue going in this direction of the Four of Cups, you may look back and have a lot of regrets. It may be that you are staying in some sort of, toxic or repetitive cycle. Some of you are meant to exit out. And that's what I see here with letting go. Yeah, you're meant to exit out of this. Even if physically the person is no longer in your life, if you're replaying something out and you're keeping yourself small, it's time to take up space, right? It's time for you to expand and, open yourself up to new soul tribe, new friends, new, commitments or new opportunities. With your family, with your friends, with your tribe. I love this for you. Now, Libra, there is someone here who is thinking about you and they're going to tell you how they feel. Someone is feeling like you are very attractive. Someone sees that you are very successful here. They may be seeing that you're able to balance out your life and you're living your best life here. And I feel like they want a part of the action, right? They may also be seeing you living life through your pictures. Okay, we have the camera here. And I feel like you invoke something within them. And they want a little taste of what you have to offer, right? They want to be, in your energy because you are magnetic. You are the Queen of Cups here. And I feel like someone, they are enamored by you. They know that you're a healer, that you are a protector, a nurturer, that you would be really loving in this dynamic. And I feel like you could receive a message around love. You could receive a text. Some of you, this may have to do with connecting or talking to someone online. But I also feel with this camera card, someone misses you. Someone could be reminiscing over the good times that you've had together. This could be someone from the past that you no longer connect to as well. And I feel like you've learned some very valuable lessons and maybe they have as well, but the timing of things is not right is what I'm getting. Interestingly enough, it's almost as if maybe they've moved on, they have a family, maybe you have a family here. I also see that there could be someone that is getting professional photographs taken. If you are married or if you are in a commitment here, someone could be getting like engagement photos or family pictures, matching Christmas outfits for Christmas cards, whatever it is here, someone wants to make some new memories. And I feel like this could be showing up in the next couple of months for you. And look at this, bottom of the deck, we also have the Ace of Wands and the Hierophant. So there's a long-term commitment or connection that you could be starting in the coming month. This is something that, really has the potential to go the distance, to go all the way. And it's a spiritual connection here, Libra. Ace of Wands, this is a spiritual connection. And this is a a committed partnership, and you can build and grow together because you've learned a lot from the past. You've learned a lot about yourself. You've learned a lot about relationships. All right. And last but not least, we have the Pilgrim. We have the Pilgrim. Now, whenever I think of the Pilgrim, I always think of Oregon Trail. Remember in school, if you're as old as I am, you had the Oregon Trail in school, and it was always so exciting to go see what was new on the Oregon Trail. And I do feel like some of you, there is a sense of going back to basic, possibly, or simplifying your life, maybe homesteading. You could even be teaching about like how to can or how to forage or how to live off the land. I feel like there is something here about, getting back to basics. But let's dive in here, Libra, with the Pilgrim. This is the wanderer, the traveler, the apprentice. Okay, you literally have the traveler and the gypsy soul, the wanderer on the wanderlust. So this is going to fit right in here with your reading. For the pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. This archetypal wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Others will wonder when the pilgrim will settle under. Others will wonder when the pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life. But the pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there is motion, there is freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep. And soon, the pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day. This makes sense, you guys. The Four of Cups, that's the slumber. That's the day-to-day. That's the responsibilities. That's the social convention. That's the logistics, right? Some of you have been lulled to sleep. The pilgrim within you is awakening. The pilgrim becomes veiled, right? Yet when this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door toward a new reality. There's your belief system. With the pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage, nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon. Your spirit needs it. Oh, wow. I'm loving this for you. It's a total vibe here, Libra. It's a vibe, and it's showing up with the Knight of Wands, the Wanderlust card, the World. You got travel written all over your reading. And again, it doesn't have to be like the physical travel, right? Like it says, yes, it can be an outward journey, but it's an inward journey, right? It's really an inward. So learning new things, keeping yourself aligned with the new, spiritual ways of being, learning about yourself, learning about the world around you. You're always in that state of wonder. When this shows up as the light, because we have the light and the dark with that temperance, we have the moon and the sun. This is about learning, growing, adapting, and studies. When it shows up as the dark, it can be aloof, non-committal, and flaky. That was a message with that Knight of Wands, right? Open yourself up to adventure, grow, learn, adapt, study, travel, but try not to become, flaky or impulsive. If you want to go deeper, dive into Robert Frost's The Road Not Taken, or Mamine by David White. Even in the stillness of meditation, the pilgrim feels the movement of the heart towards what it loves. There's that Queen of Cups. We all have a deep longing to answer the call, to get unstuck. What are the obstacles between you and the door? What are the obstacles between you and the door? Drop that below. I would love for you to engage and really think about that, right? We all have a deep longing to answer that call, to get unstuck. What are the obstacles between you and the door? Drop it in the comment section below, Libra. I'll enter you into that free reading giveaway. And also, Tell me about the wanderlust. What is it that your gypsy soul is wanting to reawaken at this time? Are you wanting to travel? What does the inward journey look like, or the outward journey? Drop it in the comment section below the video to be entered into that free reading giveaway. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't miss that notification where I draw the winner around the 1st of the month. Thank you so much, Libra, for tuning in today. I hope this was helpful. Lots of love.